Well, at the time that I'm recording this, we are exactly one day before I see Star Wars The Last Jedi, Episode 8. And I'm super excited to see this movie. I will post a review, and I'm excited to see this movie. But first of all, let me make this video talking about 8 characters that I want to see more of in The Last Jedi. 8 characters, 8th movie, chronologically at least. The first character that I want to see a lot more of is obviously Luke Skywalker. We have heard so much rumors, so much about this character, what's been going on since Return of the Jedi. We know a little bit about what happened with Luke, especially through the new canon with the books and the comics, and I guess you could say the games. We're learning a little bit more and more about what's going on with Luke and why he is the way he is. But honestly, it's not enough. I want a full-fledged answer. I want him to explain to Rey what the hell happened to him, why he is the way he is, and what's going on with the galaxy and the Force. I want to see more of him. He's not my favorite original trilogy character. For me, it was always Han, but still, I know he is the focal point of the original trilogy and pretty much the entire saga. So I want to see more from Luke. I want to see him actually talk. I want to see him be grumpy at first and then turn into that wise, hopeful person that he was at the end of Episode 6. Second, Princess Leia or General Leia or I don't know, what are they calling her today? She has different names. Either way, Princess Leia. I know she had a role in The Force Awakens, but to me, she was very. The Force Awakens was to me was more of a setup for the new characters, a passing of the torch. But Leia, seen as what has happened in The Force Awakens, and spoiler if you haven't seen that yet, I mean, if you're watching this video, I assume you have seen The Force Awakens by now. Either way, Leia needs to step up. It's her time to stand up and help the galaxy when it's at its most dire position. And I feel that Leia will be that person. And I feel she's going to have a much bigger role in this movie. And I want to see more of her. I want to learn a lot more about her and especially I want to see what happens to her character, especially with the real world events that happen to Carrie Fisher. So I'm excited to see what they do with the character of Princess Leia while still keeping true to her character and not writing her off just because of the real world events. 3. Poe Dameron. This one might surprise some people. I know originally in The Force Awakens, the first couple of drafts of the script, he was supposed to get killed off when they crashed on Jakku. But he didn't. He survived, and now, what I've heard at least, I guess you can consider this a mild spoiler for The Last Jedi. He's supposed to take up a more prominent role in the Resistance, and really, Leia's really gonna push him to be the new face of the Resistance, and he's really gonna be the new leader of the Resistance. And from the trailers, I've gotten that as well, that he really is going to become a leader of the Resistance. He's going to lead the Resistance. And I like that. I love Oscar Isaac as an actor. He's a really great actor. And then I actually like Poe a lot, and I want to see more of him. He kind of has that Han Solo, but less of a scoundrel, more of a good guy. A very cool, good guy, if that makes sense. Phasma is number 4. I just think I don't really have to explain this one, do I? Phasma was in all the marketing materials for The Force Awakens. Bunch of toys made out of her. She was really pushed to the front of the marketing. And then the movie comes out, and we saw what happened with her. And then that was pretty much it. We don't know anything about her. She looks really weak. And I know they released the book, the Phasma novel, which I read, and it was surprisingly really good. And I learned a lot about her and in the comic series that came out. It gave a lot of information about her, and the reason why she, let the shields down so easily makes a little bit more sense now. I won't spoil the book or the comics. If you want to go out and read them, make sure you go out and read them. They're great. But I still want to see more of Phasma, and I really hope she doesn't lose in that baton fight. I don't know what you're calling that fight against Finn. Because honestly, if they were to go just one-on-one, Phasma would wipe the floor with him. No contest. So I hope Phasma has a bigger role and actually does something in this movie and doesn't just stay to the side. 5. Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, I want to spend more time with this character. I want to learn a little bit more about him, what he knows, what he has specifically seen. We know he has seen the rise and fall of the Empire, but I want to know exactly, did he physically see that, or is he just, saying that? Was he, just alive during the time, and it's like, oh yeah, I saw him and him, I know that. Or was he actually there? I want to learn more about Snoke, spend more time with him, see why he is so weird and why he looks the way he is, all battle damage, what happened to him, who is he? Is he an ancient force being? Or I just want to learn more about this character. And I know they're not going to tell us everything in The Last Jedi. They're really going to keep a lot of it clouded in mystery, probably for episode 9 or a book or something. But I still want to learn more about Snoke. 6 is Finn. This one might surprise some people as well. I want to learn more about Finn. All we really got from him in the first movie was he defected and he was kind of awkward because, I mean, his whole life he has been a soldier. He's never really had to be his own person, his own personality taking place. So now that he is his own person, I'm very interested in seeing what he does. Who does he become? What kind of person is he? I mean, we know from the trailers that he finally finds his place within the Resistance. That all his life he's been fighting, but now he actually has something to fight for. Friends, potential love interest with Rose, maybe Rose Taniko, Rose. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Rose. And it's number 7, Chewbacca. And this one again is not really a major character who's going to have a bunch of development or anything, but Chewbacca needs more screen time, especially after the death of Han in The Force Awakens, and how he just got kind of pushed to the side. No one really cared about how he felt when Han died. Leia didn't even hug him or acknowledge him when he came off the Falcon. So I feel bad for Chewie, first of all, and I think Chewie is really going to become the owner of the Millennium Falcon. I mean, who else would Han give it to? He wouldn't give it to Rey. I have a feeling that he is going to give it to, it would become Rey's or Poe's or Finn's, one of them. But I still think that the logical choice, at least in Han's will, he would probably give it to Chewbacca, since he spent the most time with it and he knows it the best. So yeah, I want to see more about Chewbacca, learn a little bit more about him as he gets older in age. And lastly, General Hux. This character was okay for me in The Force Awakens. He didn't stand out. He was basically just your straight evil guy. But the thing is, I've told my friends this when I watched The Force Awakens repeatedly, is that in the scene when they finally fire Starkiller Base and he sees the true power of the weapon, to me at least, he looks like he has some kind of hints of regret, or he's surprised. It's kind of like the whole Hiroshima bombing when they actually let go of the bomb, and then the creators, they knew what they were building, but once you actually see it in action, it's a different story, and you feel completely different once it actually happens. So I kind of felt this way about Hux. I feel he is potentially not completely evil. He's not completely a dick, but I feel that he still is evil. If that makes sense. He believes in the First Order, but maybe about their tactics is not completely what he agrees in. So I want to see more about Hux, learn a little bit more about him, spend more time with him. And let me just say this. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot, so I'm going to put it here. This is not in any order, okay? If it wasn't in any order, Luke would be probably the biggest number or the highest one on his list, as in he was basically on an island the entire first movie, and we saw nothing of him. But hey, I'm not judging the guy. The guy's been through a lot. I mean, come on. If you had a nephew, and then you bring him to your school, you're a teacher, and then he comes and turns to the dark side and burns down your whole school, you would probably be living on an island with a bunch of cute birds for a while too. I mean, who wouldn't? It's understandable, Luke. We all understand. No pressure there. Yeah, guys, but make sure you guys comment below and let me know exactly what characters do you want to see more of in The Last Jedi, or at least learn a little bit more about them, spend more time with them, or just who do you want to see more? Was there any of the background characters that you guys want to see more of? Maybe Snap Wexley, any characters. Just make sure you guys comment below. Let me know. We can start a cool discussion. And like I said, thank you guys for watching as always. And look out for my review of The Last Jedi coming up real soon, possibly the weekend of the release of The Last Jedi. And as always, guys, may the Force be with you.